Hi, Dan Wutzke here at the Beaver Brewing Company in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, and tonight we are talking about Roggenbier, and we're tapping ours this weekend. And generally, when somebody comes in here that's never been in here before, the first question they ask when they see our board is, "What is a Roggenbier?" I always use the same example every time somebody comes in here. Think Hefeweizen, but instead of wheat, you're substituting in rye. The rye makes it a much drier, a little bit spicy from the rye, almost peppery flavor in the malt. But you're still using that Hefeweizen yeast. So you're still getting that banana-y, clovey, estery aroma to it from the yeast. It's not hoppy, 10 to 20 IBUs, which is pretty low on the International Bittering Unit scale. Really easy to drink. You're not going to taste too much hops in it. Very clean. It's a German-style beer that was pretty much extinct for about 500 years in Germany. With the German purity law of 1516, it eliminated rye from being used in German beers. Up until the mid-80s, when some brewers in Germany started to revitalize this beer. And not until about 5-7 years ago, maybe, did you even really see it over here at the United States at all. Still a rare beer, hard to find style, but there's nothing crazy about this beer. There's no secret ingredient. I can't find one commercially that you can just go on to your regular six-pack store and buy regularly. A couple of brew pubs carry it, but you're probably not going to see it very often. So when you do see a Roggenbier, I highly recommend that you try one. Just a really cool style of beer that you just don't bump into. I haven't quite figured out why. Like I said, when I have it here, it's one of the more popular beers that we do throughout the year. Whether we do it release in the winter, the spring, or the summer, people really seem to enjoy it. So if you ever see a Roggenbier, go grab one. If you can't find one, make one at home. Not hard to make if you're a beer brewer. The only recommendation I make is use a lot of rice hulls. Rye can kind of gum up in your mash and kind of turn into porridge, and you'll get a stuck mash if you don't use a whole bunch of rice hulls, because up to 50% of your grain bill can be rye. So when you're doing it, use rice hulls, but I can make it easy for you, and you just come to the brewery this weekend and pick up a pint if you'd like. Thanks. Have a good night. Hopefully you get a Roggenbier sometime.